G'day and welcome to this week's episode of SmallBizTV. Today we're going to go through three topics. We're going to go through a little bit more of Glenn Murray's SEO tips, a little bit more of Patrick's sales conversion skill set, and then we're going to finish up with 7 ways in which you can kill your brand, featuring our new guest Leah Klugt from Inkblot Design Studio, who coincidentally are the sponsor of this week's episode. So let's hear from Leah now.
My name's Leah Klugt. I'm the owner of Inkblot Design Studio. We're based on the New South Wales Central Coast. Inkblot Design Studio is a business studio. It fulfills the needs of business clients not only in the local area but also interstate and soon to be international clients. We are passionate about businesses. We love seeing businesses not only get off the ground, but we love to nurture a relationship with the business through its duration. We're a full service studio doing artwork, graphic design, printing, signage, websites and trade show events. Our other passion for businesses is their branding, assisting you in your understanding and the projection of your branding. You may have heard the saying that business owners spend far too much time working in the business and not enough on the business. I think businesses are just so time stretched that they don't get a chance to sit back and realise just how they are projecting their brand to their target audience. That's where we come in. We're your brand's managers, from the creation of your brand to the constant day-to-day management and advice with the direction your brand should be headed. So if you don't have the time to take care of your brand, just put it in our hands. To see what we can do for your brand, visit our website www.inkblot.com.au.
Thanks, Leah. Now, last week we started with Glenn Murray from DivineWrite, going through a few of his SEO tips. Let's hear some more now.
How do you come up with the right keywords? Well, this is actually really important, and this is the first step you should take before you do anything, before you create your site, before you write your copy. It's about figuring out what words your target visitors are actually searching for. And that doesn't mean your business name, and it may not mean what you think of as your product or service, and it probably won't mean your product names. What it may mean is maybe people are searching for a way to resolve their problems. They may not know your product name, they may not even know the words to use to search for something in your domain. All they know is that they maybe want to find a way to, they may want to use Microsoft Exchange Server as the hub for their team's email, but they don't know how to do it, and they don't have the resources in-house to maintain an expensive server, and they don't want to employ an administrator to do it. So they may go searching for ways to make Microsoft Exchange Server a possibility for them. So the way to find out what people are actually searching for, there's a few tools around. You can use paid tools like WordTracker or WordStream, but I generally don't use them. Really hardcore SEOs do, and there's value in them, but they're not cheap. I tend to use the Google AdWords keyword tool, and we'll link to that in this post and probably in this video. And essentially what you do is type in the words that you think people might be searching for, and it will suggest other words and will tell you how many times each of those words is actually being searched for. And that's very helpful. So it will tell you what's really going on. And when you do this, you have to think about the intent of the user as well. And the example that I've often give when I talk about intent is that when I was doing my own keyword research for DivineWrite, I'm a copywriter, the thing that I thought of is, okay, well, either the keyword I should be targeting is either copywriter or copywriting. And then when I thought about the searcher intent, I thought, well, because when I searched on those words to begin with using these tools, the results showed me that copywriting was probably more frequently searched. But when I thought about the intent, I believed that when people are searching for copywriting, they're more likely to be looking for copywriting advice and copywriting jobs, whereas people searching for copywriter are more likely to be searching for copywriters. Someone to actually perform that service for them. So that you have to think about that as well. There are lots of other things you have to think about with keyword research, but that's kind of the tip of the iceberg and should get you started.
Thanks, Glenn. All good stuff. Okay, so let's move on now to the sales conversion set, brought to you by Patrick Zuluaga of PMZ Marketing. Last week we talked about how to sort of define your goals and define your customers, and let's hear from Patrick now for this week.
Hello! Hi again. You might recall in section or segment 1 of this video series, we talked about setting the foundations to increase your conversion rate. And today, we're going to be talking about persuasion conversion scenarios, how you can actually use them, and what they are all about. Now, many of you might have heard persuasion conversion scenarios in the past, or many may have not heard of what it's all about. But what it is basically to a defined way, a process, a methodology if you like, where you will take your customers through a journey to convert, whatever that conversion plan that you have. There are 6 points to think of when you have a conversion persuasion scenario. The driving point, that's your initial point of contact. How are you going to reach out to your target market audience? The next one is your funnel points, and that is basically the entry into the conversion funnel. Some of you may have heard of the old sales conversion funnel. It's similar. The next one is points of resolution. All of us have different ways of buying. Remember we talked about in section 1, what is the buying process? So we need to understand those buying processes because we need to be able to address the points of friction, the friction factors, the doubts that will prevent people from converting. So we need to get points of resolution right. The next one is waypoints. These are basically the stages to take them to that next step in the conversion funnel. You provide information for them to make those commitments, to give them the assurance, the feeling of safety, and elimination of those risk factors. Then there's conversion points, where a customer can now demonstrate their willingness to convert. We'll go into more detail in the later sections for that. And of course, the conversion point. That's the commitment point. So those 6 points are driving points, funnel points, points of resolution, the waypoints, the conversion beacon, and the conversion point. We'll talk about the first one in this segment. It's called the driving point. Driving point is basically where you reach out to your client or your target customer. It doesn't have to be just one particular event. It could be a number of things. It could be a series of things. You might have a letter, you might have a brochure, you might have an email, you might have a flyer. All of these are points of contact. You reach out to them. The best way is actually have an integrated multimedia approach in getting out to them. Could be social networking as well, email marketing through your website. So what are those traditional ones? Well, there's the print, there's the broadcasting, there's sales collateral, there's direct mail, there's letterbox drops. Those are all traditional ways of reaching out. They're points of contact. And then online, you've got your website, your search engines, your pay-per-click, your social media techniques. Email marketing are all traditional digital approaches as well. So take up, use multiple mediums to reach out to your clients. And of course, you need to have that relevant customer message. Not what you're trying to sell, but what they're interested in hearing. Remember we talked about in segment 1, where you're building an ideal customer profile. The reason you're doing that is because you want to get into the mind of your client when you're putting out a message. You're joining that conversation that is happening in the client's mind. If you can achieve that with your marketing message, you will get them interested. Which we move on now to section 3. If you could kindly join me in the section 3 coming up.
Thanks, Patrick. Now, on to the final part of the session of this week, and it's over to Leah Klugt from Inkblot Design Studio, who's going to go through 7 ways in which you can kill your brand.
These may sound extreme, but in my experience there are just too many ways that you can push your brand to near death. I'm going to take you through 7 of these today so that you may recognise some of these killer characteristics in your business. Branding isn't just a logo. Branding is your whole image, including everything from customer service to how you answer the phone, to how you portray your business's personality online, how you treat the client through the sales process, and what values your business holds on to. I can't stress enough just how important customer service is. If I could be the customer service police, I would. You need to give them a very valuable experience for them to become a repeat customer. A lot of businesses that I talk to just have no idea about which direction their business is going in. They also have no idea of their business strengths. You really need to understand your business's point of difference and understand how you want people to feel towards your business and understand how you want people to view your business. Assess your business for its values, keywords and phrases that your business holds on to, like assertive, confident or cutesy. There's nothing more tragic than seeing someone's branding they did themselves up next to something professionally done. You'll know which one your customer will lean towards. They also don't reflect any business values like professionalism, which most businesses hold on to. Businesses need their own personalities. They are an extension of you, but they aren't you. If you like pink but you have a lawn mowing company, there may be more appropriate colour palette that we can choose from than pink.
Okay, thanks Leah. That brings an end to this week's episode of SmallBizTV. Please let me know if there's anything you'd like covered in future episodes, and thank you very much for supporting us, and I'll see you next time.